Welcome on guys back. My name is Senki from Digislots, and today we have something new. We talk about the EX06 results doing this week. EX06 had two different kind of things, like tournaments, the TAK regionals and the core, and I will put the regionals from America and Europe together, if we have some, and put the best decks together and see which decks are highly recommended. So we have our own tier list into the week, and as well what cool decks are there and representing the deck list for you. But first, right, left, hit by the thumbs up button for more awesome content and subscribe, because we're missing like 7 subscribers to hit the 1800 subscribers. I will really love that, to hit that. Like and comment what is your favorite deck, and maybe if you topped at the tournaments will be known as well, then maybe I can have focusing on really deck list. And let's go into this video. And as well, thanks to my sponsor Magimets and BR Yu-Gi-Oh shop. As always, with 5% you get Magimets discount for really nice mats, and BR Yu-Gi-Oh shop participating all the Digimon stuff and giveaways I can give out to you guys. Let's go into this nice tier list or weekly tournament list. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. Okay, my video idea is not for myself. I didn't come from this one, so I have it from East. I subscribe to East and watch his videos as well. He's a really good YouTuber, and I will link down his channel as well, that you can check it out. He's making the meta reports from Japan for as well. You see here BT18 and hybrids are back, question mark, and he's doing nearly the same as I am. I'm doing tops from our side at Europe, and he's doing the Japanese meta there, or the Chinese meta there. And as well, I'm using the deck list for the tournaments from Eggman. Eggman is a really great YouTuber. I know him a long time, not knowing him, but I am subscribed to him as well a long time, watching One Piece because it's my second thing at my YouTube channel as well. And I'm using his tournament results thing for giving me the lists and stuff to help me on to get on it, having the numbers. And this was said, check them out, they're both down below, link down, check them out as well, and thank you very much for that one. Okay, and then we start with the video, guys. Hello and welcome. We have our weekly things. You see, just to let you know, we have here the 25 tops or more, the 15 to 20, 10 to 14, 5 to 9, and 1 to 4. Tops are based on top 16, so if a deck hits top 16, they get a number on it, and I will place them higher. We start first with Mirage. Mirage played at 7 tops, so it's at 5 to 9 because they got 7 tops, and it's really cool to see Mirage coming back. It's really strong. Get some support about the new cards I played, and it's really good. Won a tournament as well. Mirage is a sleeper deck. It's always been strong. It had a time that was not that much represented, but right now it's coming back, and it's really good versus the Numemon matchups and stuff as well. The next one we're going to talk about is Numemon. Numemon got 9 tops, so it's higher than the Mirage, but we don't see any difference here. Numemon is a really consistency and strong deck in the next upcoming meta as well. It's really strong with a spot control, with 7 great demon lord as well, with Chikurimon. They can stop them if they don't have an out. It's really hard because you're swarming. The P-minusing have a lot of good ace cards, memory controlling. This deck is really insane and really strong, and that's the reason why Numemon have the tops. I know guys saying this deck should get ban list or a ban card and stuff like that, can make memes about that one, but I think Numemon is really strong, a really strong contender deck, and when you want to play Numemon, I will recognize you doing that one. Then as well we got Magnamon with 3 wins, so Magnamon X is a really strong deck, really don't compare about anything. Here Magnamon is a really strong card, 15k blocker, cannot be undefected like the Magnamon itself. With Sudomon, can bounce stuff, is a really strong blue deck, and sometimes you don't have an answer to that one and they're winning, because then if his Digimon lay down a turn, they can use Final Zugagon Punch or Fire Rocket to boost this card up and swing it to your security with nothing to matter. And as well, if you have something in your hand, they can Blinding Rain their turn, buff their Magnamon and swing again with protected things, what is a little bit the problem of, and yes, that's the one thing about it. Then we got 7 Great Demon Lord as well for 2 tops. Really cool deck. We get this maybe next, not week, but next tournament results. if we have more Islamic Demon Lords, as a deck is quite new from the EX06 meta. It's really cool to have that one, as well mechanic wise with Royal Knights. I had the deck list or deck profile on my channel, was really nice. I saw by the views you guys liked it, and it's really cool to see that one, as well as Ulforce and Great-Noron having one tops as well. Really cool. We're going for then deck lists for Great-Noron and Ulforce, because I think that's really cool to see when like this deck's topping. Like not every deck is topping, like oh okay, this or deck is really good. Two tops have the Tyrant version, so more than the other ones. It's really cool to see Tyrant. It's really strong with the Shivamon. The Shivamon A sadly got in the other set out. We get them later. That's the problem. This will be really great support for the deck. But I think this deck doing good. The big buck in evading your board and playing out stuff. They can punish you with the Shivamon. You cannot like have in judgment that one. They are really strong, and I see why they're topping as well with 2 times. As well, then Belphemon Sleep Mode topped as well. Yeah, Belphemon deck topped as well. Really cool to see that one. I cannot like, I do always 2 deck profile, but if you want to see the Belphemon, I can do this the next one. That is no problem about it, and we talk about as well the deck list and why they're playing it. Then we got as well the yellow vaccine with 3 wins. As well as the Magnamon X decks. Yellow Vaccine is a really strong deck, consistency wise, with Venus, with Rapidmon X, and with Magnamon X they can play for a really cheap cost. With the Patamon going up there is really strong, and finding new ways to play the deck is really cool to see that one. And we see in the future this deck will have more tops and going up as well. It's really cool. Then we got Imperial with 3 wins as well. I think Imperial is a really strong deck, and I will see going forward with that one, because this deck is a sleeper deck. This deck is really strong, combined with everything they have, with their own mechanic, can play out their stuff again if they get destroyed, and as well climbing up to your level 6, what is pretty strong. With the new upcoming support, this deck will get more stuff and going more crazy on. Can bounce stuff. It's really fast with the fighter mode. I love the deck. It's really fun to play versus. It's a combo deck. You need a lot of combo stack things, but if you get them with the dual tamer as well, having the potential to play out something and search is really strong, and I think this deck is good. For the first time here, guys, we see nothing quite change. All are in 1 to 4 tops right now, because there are not quite much tournaments. Mirage and Nuamon comparing the meta, but Imperial, Yellow Vaccine, and Magnamon X will getting maybe their spots back. And this is for the week results for the 2 tournaments we're having from seeing at your side. And we're going now to talk about the other deck lists. First of all, we go for the V-mon deck list to see, they're playing the Vanyamon deck to draw more. We're having the V-mon here, the Hyper V-mon to evolve into something, but as well this one is you have 7 of her cards in your hand, you can draw something, draw potential power in this deck. You need to be huge because you need to find your Evo stuff. As well, you're unsuspending a lot of times because you didn't play the V-mon as well in the deck to gain more memory. The V-mon here, you can add a card with Vidramon in this name, and 1 blue tamer card is not specific on Davis, so you can add the Rena as well. And when you play a blue tamer, you gain 1 memory, what is pretty cool. You have your hybrid with gemming for finishing, what is pretty nice in the deck as well. And you go to Vidramon. This card is really cool because it's armor purge, and when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 for the turn. If you have a blue or yellow tamer in play, or have a card with armor threads in your trash, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6000 DP or less, and can attack or block until the end of your opponent's turn. Since when the Magnamon is not unaffected, this card is really cool, because then you can shrink it if your opponent cannot protect it, but 8000 minus is really good as well, and cannot swing, you can get over something when it's not Tyrant or Magnamon X, what is really cool. Then we got the Magnamon from the starter deck. Effect is Digivolve in the security when you hit it. It's really strong, and it's block armor purge, and when Digivolving, trash the top evolution cards from one of your opponent's Digimon. For each of the Digimon colors, then return one of your opponent's Digimon with no evolution cards. Makes this card really strong as well in the Magnamon X deck. Then you have your level 5, the jamming Vidramon, why you have 8 or more cards is the reason why you want to have like such a card draw, to have the condition for that one. You get a +1 security check, and since you're unsuspending, you're making more damage than your opponent, what is like more security checks at your opponent, what is pretty cool. Then as well, by suspending this Digimon, reveal the top 3 cards. You can add the blue tamer, but you can unsuspend it as well. And taking once per turn activate one of your arena on play effects is really strong for that arena one. And we coming to our stars. Ulforce effect. When Digivolving, you might play one blue tamer card from your hand without paying the cost. Your turn when you play a blue tamer, unsuspend this Digimon. So if you have the level 5 unsuspended, you can unsuspend it because you're playing it out. And once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, return one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon to its owner hand. For every blue tamer you have at the maximum level to that effect. So if you play out, you have one tamer and play out another one, you can bounce level 5 one. Is pretty amazing. And as well, your Ulforce X Digivolve for 1 over your Ulforce. When you unsuspend this Digimon or one of your blue tamers, so that's pretty cool because you can then make combo things again because it's a combo attack deck with your arenas. Or turn once per turn when the Digimon becomes unsuspended if you have a blue tamer in play, or Digimon has Ulforce in Digivolution cards, return one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to its owner hand with this as well. And thing to reduce the opponent's board, what is pretty cool. As well, mental training helps you to find your pieces in the evolution, reducing about the cost. The new plug-in promo P, pause plug-in P promo card, while you have a tamer, you might use this card without color requirements, what is pretty cool, so you don't need to have yellow swords. Main until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets 6000 DP, and the Digimon Digivolve effects don't activate, what's pretty cool if you play versus armor and stuff like that. What makes it really strong that your level 4s cannot evolve or the level 5s from every other deck to stop them to get your rounds more ahead to play. Security, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6000 DP for the turn, then add this card to your hand, is really good, minus 6000. And then if they hit the Digimon as well, a next check or something, they die, or you can kill something low with 6000 DP or less. Then we play the V-tamer. If you have a Digimon with V-Digimon in its name, by suspending this tamer, activate the effects below. It's a main effect, draw one card or push it, or one of your Digimon gets plus 1000. And the arena is the card of the deck. On play until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your Digimon, V-mon or V-Digimon in its name gains blocker and evade. Evade is really cool mechanic. And one of your Digimon with Digimon in this name becomes suspended by suspending this tamer, activate one of the Digimon when Digivolving effects. So you can do as well play something out. And unsuspend, what is really nice, you turn once per turn. When one of your blue Digimon becomes suspended, gain more memory. So you are going into the turn with a lot of tamer playing out stuff. And it's really cool to have that one as well. He played one Davis. If you have a Digimon with 3 trade, gain more memory, what is pretty cool. Activate one of the following effects. You might play a V-mon from your hand without playing the cost, so you can play the Searcher V-mon out, or the Doron to have something on board to evolve, what is really good. And the other one, you might evolve into X V-mon in your hand, and we don't play an X V-mon, but it's really cool to have that one as well. Davis and Kenkyuchi, start of your main, you might play one V-mon or War-mon out from your hand before playing the cost. At the next turn of your opponent's turn, this is what I said with Imperial, you can play out something and then bounce it back to your hand and then can play something out again. If your opponents don't get rid of it, it's really good. When one of your Digimon evolves into a blue or green Digimon, by suspending this tamer, gain more memory. If the innate evolving, we don't do this, but you gain more memory if you do it. But we want to play out the Searcher V-mon as best as possible, or evolve with the God Digimon into something here is really cool as well. Davis, memory, tamer, going to 3, solves the stuff out of our deck is really good. And he played one Matt Ishida and 0 Takenuchi. If you have 8 or more cards in your hand, gain more memory. If your opponent has 8 or more cards in hand, gain more memory, what is pretty cool. When one of your blue or red Digimon becomes unsuspended, you might suspend this tamer to return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to its owner hand. Like if they have something that stops you from gaining memory because your deck doing this, you can bounce it, or something nasty is level 3, you can remove that as well. It's pretty cool. And this was the Ulforce V-Digimon decklist. Really nice. Congrats, brother. I think it's really cool. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thinking about this decklist. And now we're going to the Great-Noron deck. We have the Summon Egg, really standard one, only playing 4. Then we got a new support in BT16 Diagumon, what is support for deck. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and one Light Fang trade card, and one Nightclaw card trade, or 1 to 2 color cards among them to your hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck, and you turn all of your opponent's security gains minus 3000 is good as well if you need to swing with something. As well, we playing the Koramon. Start of your main, if you have a tamer, you gain more memory, and we're placing the top card of the Digimon with Light Fang, Nightclaw, and Tread, but on the illusion cards gain 2 memory, so memory gaining here as well. as with the Lunamon, the other part from that one. Then we play the Firemon, getting plus DP, and on Digivolving on play, where we win top 3 cards of your deck at 1 card with Light, Fang Thread, and 1 card with the Nightclaw Galaxy Thread, among them to your hand and rest the bottom to your deck. As well, the other part doing this as well. So we having the both Searcher, the both Rookies. What is really cool, we playing the Guagomon, when Digivolving, both players draw 1 card from the hand, from the decks. Then if your opponent has 8 or more cards in their hand, or just the evolution, or this Digimon has 3 or more evolution cards, game memory, which is pretty cool. But the main thing about that one is that it's give jamming to your Digimon. That's the main thing about it. This one for our level 4s, we're playing 10. For the level 3s, we're playing 8, 11. Level 5s, we playing 8. We have the Flaremon. This Digimon gets plus 2000 DP is good. Where this card will be played or digivolved into if you have a Digimon with 3 or more evolution cards, and the Light Fang, Nightclaw, Galaxy Thread reduce the evolution cost by 2, so it costs only 1. What is really cool. And on play when digivolving one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP or less. Like, not that much, but if they play like little rookies out for searching, you can destroy them, which is really cool. And the other part you have until the end of your opponent's turn, one of the Digimon can unsuspend. I like this one more. The Cressimon, because unsuspending is like more worth than destroying something if you don't have it on board, but it depends what you have on hand, right? Because it's stacking DNA deck. Then we have the Apollomon, really strong card. When Digivolving, you got Blitz, and your turn for every 3 cards in the evolution cards, Digimon gets plus 1 security. So with this one, you can swing as well to make damage with when you have jamming on the stack. Your turn once per turn when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon. Is really nice. You know, you saw this Digimon gets plus 2000, but it's only in the opponent's turn. So we have the 12,000 based here. Dianamon, it's blocker, Digivolving when attacking once per turn for each of your this Digimon, the evolution cards, trash any evolution card from one of your opponent's Digimon. Then until the end of your opponent's turn, all of the Digimon with no evolution cards can unsuspend, what's really cool. But you can evolve into something as well, like a little 3 to level 4, then they had the evolution card. Then it's easy to go. All turn once per turn when an opponent's Digimon, the evolution card is trash, unsuspend this Digimon. And you can make 2 checks, but I like the Apollomon more this time. And the boss monster you having is your Great-Noron, DNA with Apollo and Dianamon, security deck plus 1 is blocker. When Digivolving, when attacking, if the are Digivolving trash any 8 evolution cards from your opponent's Digimon, then delete one of their Digimon with as many of your evolution cards in this Digimon. It's like a fighter mode with bouncing, but this one deletes it because you're having like a lot of stacks because you're DNA. You can kill 100% one Digimon. Also, when this Digimon would leave the battle area by an effect by touching 2 the same level cards in the evolution cards, prevent it from leaving. Since if you have a possible stack, you have the level 3 protection, level 4, level 5, so you have 3 protection. This one, you don't want to get rid of the level 4 one because you have jamming there. It's really strong to have that one because you're going in. It's really strong, this boss monster, and you don't get rid of it that much. They're playing the Good Night Moon option, main until the end of your opponent's turn. One of your opponent's Digimon and one of their tamer can unsuspend. Then you might play 1 tamer card with the Nightclaw or Light Fang Thread from your hand without paying the cost. And the the security is the activate main effect. It's really good. This card is really strong. For 5 costs, it's really good. 1 Crimson plays to get rid of the spam stuff and cannot play out something. We're playing 1 Phobos Blow for 6. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. And if you have a tamer, return one of their 1 Digimon card with the Light Fang, Nightclaw, Galaxy from the trash to your hand. It's really good deleting something with the lowest DP. If they have only 1 stuff on the board, it's really strong, and you can add something bad back. They have Nightclaw as well, the tamer, so you can add them. You turn when an effect, place the top card of your Digimon in a Digivolution card by suspending this tamer. Game or memory is really cool. And start off your main by placing 1 card with the same level as one of your Nightclaw or Light Fang Thread Digimon from the evolution cards without paying the cost 2 of your Digimon might DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand. It makes it really strong. And at the end of your turn, return the Digimon play by this effect to your hand, so you're having like a 1 turn stuff as well to make it pressure. And you have your Ko and Sayo, it's Light Fang. Out of your man, if you have 2 or 3 security set it to 3, so you have your memory setter here. And on play main by suspending this tamer and placing the top card of one of your Lightning Online Cloud Thread Digimon as the Digimon bottom delusion cards. One of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand without playing the cost. It's really strong to search something again, to do stuff, to delete something. It's really strong. So the deck as always function itself, and it's really strong if you have this deck, and the Great-Noron removing is strong as well. I hope I give you with the two decks like a little bit of review. That's the reason why I reviewed them. If you say, okay, I just make the key cards from the deck, what is good and what's not, then I will do this for the next video. But I think this one is really cool, that you can see what the decks are doing, the effects and stuff. And yes, this is the tier list or weekly list, tournament list from the EX06 meta. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section down below what you're thinking about this format. Thank you very much, and we see us in the next video. Bye. And at the end, shout out to memberships for champion highest rank. ADF Wolf, thank you very much for supporting this channel, and always stay super.